What's up? Oh, yeah, that's a good image to start with. This is going to be glorious.
Audio check one. Alright, we go. Mute that. Oh, I got the wrong fucking thing on. There we go.
Dang, dude, you're swearing this early into it?
Fuck you, piss cunt.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. You can't be doing that. We're never going to get monetized, man.
I can't take it back.
All right. All
And I
right.
wouldn't even if I could.
It's your turn this time. Go ahead. Give them the obvious disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer, we're all a bunch of fucking idiots, but we're trying our best. So if we get some things wrong, well, that's tough shit.
All right. Not exactly the disclaimer I was looking for, but you know what? We're going to call it good.
I'm trying my best. That's all I can say.
Let me pull up chat real quick before I actually start reading. Because once I do, oh boy.
Creek. Alright, I got my phone notifications muted, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, dude, you better not let your OnlyFans notifications ring out while we're in the middle of doing a recording about aliens, okay?
I need to know when I get donations, okay? I'm starving.
It's tough out here in these streets. All right. We're going to start all the way back at the beginning. The history of the alien conspiracy goes all the way back to the 40s. The very first sighting is called the first Foo Fighter sightings from 1941 to 1945. The first reports of Foo Fighters emerged in 1941 from Allied pilots flying over the Pacific, but the most well-documented sightings occurred over Europe in 1944 and 1945. Key sightings in September 1941 over the Indian Ocean, a Royal Air Force crew near the Dutch East Indies reported a bright light following their aircraft before veering off at high speed, which, I mean, the American government was all about doing wild shit back then, so maybe it was just one of ours. We don't actually know. In August of 1942, at the Dieppe raid, France, RAF pilots observed strange lights moving erratically, initially thought to be German flares or rockets. In November 1944, over Germany and France, the most famous Foo Fighter sightings were reported by American pilots from the 415th Night Fighter Squadron operating over the Rhine Valley. And I just learned, as of right now, that this is where that band gets their name from. I did not know
I was going to say that. I was going to say that when you said Foo. I'm like, wait a minute.
Bro, we out here catching like strays of information. All right, so the 415th Night Fighter Squadron reports. The NFS, U.S. Army Air Forces unit flying P-61 Black Widow Night Fighters encountered strange glowing balls of light on multiple occasions. One of the most notable incidences is near Alsace, France, witnessed by Lieutenant Fred Ringwald, pilot Edward Schloeder, and radar observer Donald Miser. Mears, maybe. I don't know, man. I'm so tired of these names already. I want to get away from it. Why can't we just have some dude named John? Why does it always have to be wacky, wild, and mispronounceable names?
I'd say with the times, but this is the 1940s.
Yeah, that's what makes this even harder to understand for me is like we were in the process of learning how to lower suns onto different areas in the world, and people are like, yo, by the way, I think that there's something special up there in the air trying to follow us.
The funny part is his last name is Miser. He's a cheapskate. He's really tired of money.
No, it's like it's Meiyers. So go ahead, shoot your shot. How do you pronounce that?
Are you sure it's that? Because when I type in Miser, I get like a dude. Mizer.
Donald Mears.
Oh, I'm looking at Bob Miser.
Bro,
they might be related.
You are looking at absolutely nothing related to the content that we're trying to learn the masses about right now, and it's not helping.
Okay, so this guy was a model, and he worked at a grocery store.
Stop it!
And he did
photography. Stop!
We're talking.
Okay, so the description of this notable incident is that multiple glowing orange, red, and white orbs followed their plane, matching their speed but not attacking. Quotes are Mears coined the term Foo Fighters, possibly inspired by the comic strip Smokey Stover, which used the phrase "Where there's foo, there's fire." I don't even see whatever. 40s people are wild. Radar and ground confirmation. Some Foo Fighters were detected on ground radar but vanished when approached, which always seems to be the case. There's some theories from the government about this, which is where the fun comes in. The first theory is that the Foo Fighters were a secret Nazi weapons hypothesis um, because it was the 40s, so obviously they're going to blame it on the Nazis. Some speculated that the Foo Fighters were advanced German aircraft or missiles technology. The Nazis did develop experimental jet aircraft like the ME 262 and rockets, the V 2s, but no definitive link to the Foo Fighters was ever found. And they captured a couple of German pilots after the war that claimed they had also seen the phenomena. The natural atmospheric explanations are that it was ball lightning, which is a rare electrical discharge forming floating luminous spheres, or electromagnetic disturbances. Pilots flying near thunderstorms could see electrical discharges similar to Foo Fighters, or St. Elmo's fire, a plasma discharge that sometimes appears on aircraft wingtips. I don't know why that's called St. Elmo's fire, but that sounds metal as fuck.
No, it's definitely aliens.
No, it's definitely big brain. It's totally aliens, dude. Trust me.
I need to get my skull tinfoil hat because we're going tinfoil hat time.
I should have. Oh man, I really didn't think about that ahead of time. As we progress through these, I'm sure we'll get better at this. I have some hats already. Damn it. Why didn't you say anything yesterday? I totally could have given us tinfoil hats on our skulls.
My brain is on right now, not yesterday.
that's that's unfortunate for both of us. All right, so the psychological or optical illusion theory is that some officials suggested war fatigue, stress, or pilot oxygen deprivation, hypoxia, might have led to hallucinations. That actually makes a lot of sense. A lot more sense than St. Elmo's Fire, which still sounds like a dope ass metal band name. And then there is the, of course, extraterrestrial theory. Some UFO researchers argue that the Foo Fighters were early encounters with extraterrestrial reconnaissance drones monitoring the war. The maneuverability and high speeds of these objects seem beyond the 1940s aviation capabilities. So now we have the Nazis to blame. We have hallucinations to blame. We have natural atmospheric things to blame, or we have aliens to blame. History Channel, let's go. What
I
do you
swear to
think?
God, aliens just took the place of demons, dude. Like back in the day, it was like demons made me do it. Now it's just like aliens. I got a flat tire this morning. Goddamn aliens.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad they didn't think it was demons because we just went over witchcraft not very long ago, and there was an awful lot of demons there. So I'm glad to hear that we moved on to something else for a short period of time. Because it seems like we might be sliding back into demons here shortly, and I really don't want to live in that world again.
God, I can't fucking wait.
We're gonna go back to saying that people can fly, and I hate that for us.
Another 1,200 years. Let's go.
Well, another 1,200 years.
Which is 2028. Fucking whatever.
Oh, instead of President Camacho, we're gonna get a President Megas. I knew he was
We're
a glowy.
We loop back around to Vegas again.
So, what was the U.S. government's response? We actually had three different responses to this, which we'll go over each of them individually. First, we have Project Sign, which is the very first of them in 1948. Then we have Project Grudge in 1949, because apparently somebody was upset about how poorly Sign did. And then we have Project Blue Book, which happened in 1952 to 1969, which is the largest and, as far as we know, last investigation into UFOs by the U.S. government. The legacy of the Foo Fighters are considered one of the first modern UFO phenomena, including later UFO sightings and conspiracies, such as Roswell in 1947. The lack of conclusive explanations continues to fuel speculation. In modern times, some believe that they could have been extraterrestrial drones observing World War II combat. Uh,
Definitely that one.
definitely that one. Definitely that one. Where's Actually, I think I have it in here somewhere. I want that image of old boy. There it
How'd you
is.
go from like war-related shit to Ayla Mouse, definitely the Ayla
Definitely
Mouse.
the Ayla
You
mouse.
can't rule it out at any point for anything.
They want to know
Shopping
what's
carts
going
went
on with
missing,
us.
definitely the aliens. You can't rule it out now, can you? Can you prove that they didn't take the shopping carts?
Well, I mean, now we blame the illegal aliens, so I think it's just a continuation of what happened before. Now instead of Ayla mouse, it's Mariachi Lamouse.
Mariachi. When I hear that word, I just start hearing music in my brain.
Yeah, me too, honestly. And it's dope music, gotta be fair.
Mostly from like Dusk Till Dawn in the bar scene.
I can't understand a word of their awesome, way better sounding than our musical language. But god damn it, they're so good with guitars. All right, so the next one we have is the Kenneth Arnold UFO sighting on June 24th, 1947. The incident takes place on June 24th, 1947, somewhere around 3 p.m. The location is near Mount Rainier in Washington, and the witness is Kenneth Arnold, a 32-year-old private pilot and businessman from Boise, Idaho. During the sighting, he was flying a Call Air A2 airplane on a business trip from Chehalis, Washington. That's not a real word. They made that shit up. To Yakima, Washington. Arnold noticed a bright flash of light. Looking around, he saw 9 disc-shaped objects flying in formation at tremendous speeds. The objects moved in a zigzagging motion similar to a saucer skipping across water, and Arnold estimated that their speed was around 1,200 miles per hour, which was far beyond the capabilities of any known aircraft at the time. This boy sounds like he might have actually been tripping. And, well, I guess LSD probably wasn't invented for a few years after this.
Oh, I'm sure they had something like cocaine or something. Some kind of hallucinogen
Good
or
old China White. Well, I mean, pilots were kind of known for being coked out of their goddamn minds.
fucking surprise. It was a sad time.
Sad time. That sounds like the party time, man. I'm sad I missed it.
Like wartime all throughout the 1900s. So
Yeah, but this is 1947. This is post us winning our second consecutive World War. We the
close enough,
best.
though.
We the best. So, descriptions of the objects. Their shapes were crescent or disc-like with a convex or delta wing structure. Their color is shiny and metallic, reflecting sunlight. And their size, Arnold estimated each craft was about 50 feet across. Speed and maneuvers, the objects move faster than any known aircraft with erratic and controlled movements. The media frenzy and the term flying saucer actually comes from this. After landing in Yakima, Washington, Arnold reported his sightings to local authorities and later to the East Oregonian newspaper in Pendleton. On June 25th, 1947, Bill Beckett, a journalist, misquoted Arnold, stating that the objects themselves were saucer-shaped, when Arnold had actually described their movements as being like saucers skipping on water. Oh, wow. Bro, turns out the whole flying saucer thing itself it's misinformation. It has been the whole time. I mean, it's all a lie, obviously, because aliens aren't real, but wow.
You can't not prove it.
Well, I think we're going to work on it as we go through this. Investigations and theories into this. The government's response was Arnold sightings gained military attention, leading to investigations by the U.S. Army and Air Forces and FBI. The Air Force's Project Sign in 1948 and later Project Blue Book in 52 to 69 referenced the case but never provided a definitive explanation. Here's some of the possible explanations that they did come up with, though. First is it was secret military aircraft. Some theorize that Arnold had seen experimental U.S. aircraft, such as the Northrop YB-35 Flying Wing, which I'm pretty sure is a bomber. I'm almost positive. I think I've heard that name before. I'm going to have to look into that.
It's entirely believable. It's just a military, plane that they were experimenting with.
Bro, pretty much all of this is entirely believable that it was just some military shit that nobody was told about.
I want to believe. God, I've been holding on to that for a bit.
The Alamounds are out here. Believe me, bro. It came to me in a dream. I know we don't do that in court anymore, but for sure they're here. Though no such planes were confirmed to be in the area. So, wait a minute. So they were like, yeah, we do have experimental aircraft that looks kind of like what you're describing, but for sure we weren't flying them anywhere near you. Trust me, bro.
We may have the thing that you saw, but it was definitely not us.
It wasn't us this time. Big wink. Optical illusions or atmospheric phenomena. Again, some skeptics suggest that Arnold saw mirages, cloud reflections, or unusual light refractions. Flights of birds or jets, which is a fucking wild spectrum right there. Flights of birds or jets?
Motherfucker never saw a bird before.
Ain't nobody seen birds before if they can confuse them for jets. What the fuck? Some propose that the objects were geese or distant jets reflecting sunlight. Arnold dismissed this as the objects were moving far too fast.
What kind of bird reflects sunlight? They're not made of
Bro,
metal.
geese reflect sunlight, okay? Because they are majestic and terrifying.
Kingly creatures. They radiant and they radiant a radiant glow.
That's so dumb. So incredibly dumb. Oh my god. All right. Extraterrestrial hypothesis is that many UFO enthusiasts believed Arnold's sighting was an encounter with an alien spacecraft given the high speeds and erratic movement. Which, I mean, is just. I don't even know why they wrote that here in this list of what is supposed to be facts, because fucking obviously that's what they assumed it was. I feel dumber for having read it just now. I think I'm gonna take mental damage every time we do one of these streams.
+3 to intelligence. -3 to intelligence.
+3 to
learning,
intelligence,
you're
but
also learning.
-4 to constitution. Ugh. Kenneth Arnold's later years and beliefs. Arnold became a major UFO advocate, investigating similar cases. He rejected skeptics' explanations and maintained that what he saw was real and unexplained. In later interviews, he suggested that the objects were extraterrestrial or from another dimension. Oh boy, we're going straight into the tin hat.
Extra dimension. This is what happens when you don't have any fucking hobbies.
This is what happens when you let people like Alex Jones give you your news. Next thing you know, you believe in interdimensional sex predators.
Interdimensional what now?
Look, man, it's his theory, not mine, okay? In 1952, he wrote a book, The Coming of Saucers, detailing his experiences. In the end, we have his impact and legacy. Birth of the UFO phenomenon. Arnold's sightings ignited the modern UFO craze in the United States. Its influence on pop culture inspired Hollywood films and UFO literature. The government investigations helped trigger projects like Project Sign, Grudge, and Blue Book. Again, we'll go over those. And the UFO movement sparked the rise of UFO research organizations like NICAP and MUFON. I swear to God, if I find out a substantial amount of my tax dollars over the course of history have gone into looking into fucking aliens, dude, I'm gonna lose it. Woo.
Wouldn't you want to know?
I'm gonna start pinging Doge on Twitch about this, dude. I want Elon Musk to look into whether or not NICAP or MUFON are still around.
I think he's the wrong person to ask about it, honestly.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, he might be an alien. That's true. He is Spaceman. Well, yeah. Well, you'd think that would make him an authority on it, right?
Yeah, he wants to believe, so.
Oh, god damn it. We can't even trust the people at the top. Are you mean to tell me that even the richest man in the world isn't a good source of information?
I'm afraid to tell you, buddy.
I can't trust anything.
Reborn thrice.
This is like that time I became a Christian. So
get ready for a new awakening. New awakening.
Not one that I wanted. And as long as we can avoid the anal probe, I think I'm going to live through it. All right, so moving on, we have the Roswell incident. July 1947. This is as far as like pop culture goes, the Foo Fighter ones and the Arnold sightings aren't really as big a deal anymore. The Roswell incident is kind of the one that everybody talks about when they talk about aliens. And you said that for the most part, your knowledge only stems as far as like Area 51, which I think
Area
is
51, the guy from
crazy.
Mexico who made he made like the doll and tried to pass it off as a real fucking alien that was
Wait,
on
you
the
mean
hood.
you're familiar more with the Aztec sighting than you are with Roswell?
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. Oh man, that's nuts. I've never heard anybody say that before. Okay, so the initial event happened in early July 1947 near Foster Ranch, which is near Roswell, New Mexico. Key figures: William Mac
Hello,
Brazel, rancher who discovered the debris; Major Jesse Marcel, intelligence officer at Roswell Army Airfield, who investigated the wreckage; Colonel William Blanchard, RAAF base commander; and General Roger Ramey, head of the 8th Air Force, who later changed the official story. There he is. There he is. General Roger Ramey. All right, we're going to have to remember his name because apparently he's the villain in this story.
someone had to be.
Yeah,
It could be the aliens because they're not fucking real.
right? No doubt. Yeah, we're just doing aliens today.
Like what I know about Roswell is like the Men in Black movie, so I do know a little bit about it, but obviously more fantastical.
Well, I mean, the Men in Black is just as legitimate as every other part of this, so I don't know what you mean by more fantastical.
Well, it's more fantastical because you could watch it, you could see the fucking aliens and shit. So it's a bit more fantastical than someone telling you. You know, it's more a learn and watch sort of deal.
Wait, you mean to tell me that just because it's not blurry smudges on an old camera and instead it's CG on a widescreen fucking high def camera, it's not as valid?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Also, why the fuck are all these pictures of aliens always so goddamn blurry like for the Sasquatch sighting? Every fucking time. There's no one fucking like spit on their thing like I gotta clean it so people can get a good image of this shit so I can actually tell the fuck I'm looking at. Never. Not one fucking person ever does that. It has that mindset. Maybe the evidence I should be good evidence. No.
No,
Fucking
God
rub that
forbid,
shit in
dude.
some dirt, bro.
They make their money off of little bits of dirt off in the distance so they can claim that maybe it is, maybe it isn't, and that's how they get tabloid headlines. No, I haven't
Pisses
heard
me off.
about Camp Hero. I'll look into that at some point and see if that's something that is funny enough for us to bring up on this. Okay, so discovery of the debris. On July 3rd and 4th in 1947, the discovery by Rancher Mac Brazel. After a powerful storm, Mac Brazel, a rancher near Corona, New Mexico, discovered unusual debris scattered across his land. The wreckage included metallic strips, foil like material, strange I beams with symbols, and oddly flexible components. Unable to identify the material, Brazel reported his finding to the local sheriff, George Wilcox, who in turn contacted the Roswell Army Airfield. The military's initial response and the press release is on July 8th, 1947. The military confirms a flying disc. Major Jesse Marcel and a military recovery team were sent to secure the crash site and collect debris. The Roswell Army Airfield Public Information Officer Walter Hott issued a press release stating that they had recovered a flying disc. Newspapers quickly picked up on the story, sparking nationwide interest. You know, makes you wonder what else might have been going on at the time.
Watch this
Like
shit.
mayhap they had something to cover up.
It's almost like the Men in Black had something they didn't want people knowing about because he just got out of fucking wartime. It might be able to go back into another wartime. No. Definitely fucking aliens. Every fucking time.
Like maybe 2 years
It
after
pisses me
we had
off.
wait, what was this? What was the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? That was like 44, 44,
Mm, something like that.
45.
No.
So,
Yep.
maybe like 2 years after we did all that mess and, turned people into atomic shadows on destroyed walls, they didn't exactly want people to be aware of the rest of the crazy shit that we were doing. So they brought out the A Mouse for the first time ever. And quickly it became like one of our government's all time favorite distractions and smokescreens.
Boy, do I have news for you. Aliens were around before that. They were called gremlins. They used to hijack planes and kill people and prevent bombings and You know, planes. You never heard of gremlins before?
No, I've never heard of gremlins before. What the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
oh my God. Oh shit. Hundreds of years before this, whenever like planes were a thing, planes would just go down all of a sudden, and people would blame aliens for
Brother,
what they would call
planes weren't
gremlins.
a thing hundreds of years ago.
You know what I fucking mean? The planes, gremlins. Look it up when we're done here.
Okay, all right. First of all, I'm gonna put your goddamn head through a wall the next time you say something as stupid as hundreds of years ago planes. Second
Thousands
of
of years
all,
ago.
thousands of years ago. Yeah. Back when we were still fighting over whether or not the Stone of Destiny was a real fucking thing.
You never see the Egyptian carvings and the Palinque?
No. And honestly, I don't even want to get into it because I have a absolute fear that I'm gonna raise my intellectual damage if we do.
I actually know quite a bit about the Palinque carving, but all
The
right.
Blinkway. The Blinkway. Okay. All right. Back to this. July 9th, 1947, a day after the U.S. military confirms the flying disc, the military changes the story. Who'd thunk? Just a day after confirming that they had a flying disc, the U.S. Army retracted their statement, claiming the debris was from a weather balloon. Brigadier General Roger Ramey of the 8th Air Force released a photo of Major Jesse Marcel posing with wreckage allegedly from a weather balloon, reinforcing the official explanation. The press lost interest and the story faded away into obscurity. ... For a while. Ominous. This conspiracy resurfaces in 1978 to present day. In the late 1970s, Jesse Marcel gave interviews claiming that the weather balloon story was a cover up and that the actual wreckage was of extraterrestrial origin. His revelations reignited interest in Roswell, leading to numerous books, investigations, and government disclosures. The key claims of this conspiracy are that the extraterrestrial craft was witnessed, including several former military personnel claiming the wreckage was not of human origin, and some reports alleged that alien bodies were recovered and taken to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for study. There was a government cover-up. The U.S. military allegedly suppressed information, threatened witnesses, and fabricated the weather balloon story to hide the truth. And a Project Mogul, a classified balloon project, was later, Project Mogul, classified balloon project, was later cited as the real explanation, but many believe this was another layer of deception. The Roswell autopsy film came out in 1995. A controversial alien autopsy video surfaced showing supposed military doctors dissecting an extraterrestrial being, but it was later exposed as a hoax, though some claim it was based on real events. Bro, this is like
It's a
Texas
reenactment.
Chainsaw Massacre all over again. It's like based on real events.
It's just a fucking reenactment. I'd like to see the original video they copied it from. You think they'd have that since they're reenacting it, right?
Who did they bring in to direct the reenactment?
Wait, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. Oh no! Oh, I love that movie. My favorite Martian. Really good.
Wait, this is 95? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, did they like develop Hollywood so that they could do reenactments of shit like this just to have smoke screens? What's going on here?
Bro, what if Hollywood only exists to teach us the truth?
I
I've seen the Avengers, Aliens, Galactic War. Oh my god!
we can't start talking about Hollywood because there's a whole conspiracy about how the Jews own Hollywood and it's actually based in reality, and I don't want to get stuck in that right now. But we will talk about it that at some point because it is really funny. It's really funny. All right. The government investigations and explanations for Roswell. Project Mogul in 1994. The U.S. Air Force declassified documents in the 1990s revealing that Project Mogul was a top secret balloon experiment designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. They claimed the Roswell debris was a part of this program, explaining the strange materials found. In 1997, Roswell Case Closed report came out saying that they had debunked the alien body claims and stating that witnesses had misinterpreted crash test dummies used in later military experiments. Boy, they must have been like torn up to be accidentally considered aliens. God damn. Oh, wait, where's that? There you go. They must have looked like that after the crash.
Got brains fried.
Critics argued that the dummies weren't used until the 1950s, though, well after Roswell. Cultural impact of Roswell. UFO pop culture arises around this, and it inspired books and TV shows such as The X Files and Roswell, as well as many films. There are now UFO festivals after Roswell, and they have become a massive tourist destination for the area with annual festivals. Oh boy. Bro, they'll use any
Festivals. Oh my
reason to go
god.
camp out in the woods and do drugs and pretend like they're hunting for Alamouse.
Well, they have to explain something to their wives and children whenever they leave home with a bag full of drugs.
It's so I can get closer, closer to the higher beings. Don't worry about those mushrooms.
When I come back, I'll be a new man. Literally.
My farts will be quieter. I want to know how the hell the probing thing became like such a huge deal. All right,
They had
so
way too much fun on drugs.
yeah,
Way too
must
much fun on
have.
drugs.
And they'd way rather claim that it was an Alamount that did it to them rather than they consensually did it to themselves.
Considering the time, yeah. When they lose control of their sphincter, they'd have to explain something in Aliens.
I swear to God, he was trying to program me. I told him my brain wasn't down there, and he just kept going.
Why is my G spot in my asshole, Mr. Alien?
Classified programs. The incident increased public suspicion about Area 51 and other secret government programs. Oh, look at that. Okay, so Area 51 does crop up a little bit in this episode. We'll
Good.
cover it
I love
tomorrow,
Area
though,
51.
definitely, because
God
like
damn it.
there's so much information about Area 51,
Like the Great Weeb Assault.
like the Great Weeb
2021,
Assault.
what the
Yeah,
fuck it was.
the unfortunate Weeb Assault. All right, so
Goddamn hilarious.
now we're going to talk about Project Sign in 1948, which is the first government UFO investigation. Project Sign came about because of Kenneth Arnold's sightings in June 24th, 1947, and the Roswell incident in 1947, and triggered a wave of UFO reports across the U.S. The U.S. military was concerned that these objects could be advanced Soviet technology, Nazi secret weapons, or even extraterrestrial spacecraft. I don't think this would have been the age of the Cold War quite yet, but I could see them definitely being upset about potentially the Soviets. But I think by then, the Nazis were dead and gone. I'm pretty sure Operation Paperclip happened somewhere around this time, so we'd already taken a bunch of their best scientists. Anyway, cover-ups being what they are.
Paperclip, what the fuck is that?
Operation Paperclip is a government operation we use to bring in a bunch of Nazi scientists to America to advance our military and our understanding of science. It was a kind of like
Oh, okay.
them being like, "Hey, these guys are too special for us to actually condemn them. So we're gonna give them jobs.
Work at NASA. Let's go.
Work at NASA. Let's go." The U.S. Army Air Forces, later the U.S. Air Force, launched Project Sign in January of 1948 to investigate these reports. Project Sign's goals are to collect and analyze UFO sighting reports, determine if UFOs were a threat to the United States national security, and assess whether UFOs could be Soviet aircraft, natural phenomenon, or extraterrestrial in origin. There's a few key cases investigated by Project Sign, starting with the Chile's Whitted UFO encounter in July 24th, 1948. Witnesses are pilots Clarence Chiles and John Whitted of Eastern Airlines. The incident happened while flying over Alabama. They saw a cigar-shaped glowing object with windows and flames shooting from the back. The significance is that this sighting impressed U.S. Air Force investigators, leading some to consider an extraterrestrial explanation.
Bro! This guy's using nitro and they're like fucking aliens. Why does every blank have to be fucking aliens? Why is this so frustrating?
Because
It's like,
it's the
guys,
Ayla
I don't
mouse.
understand. Aliens. I can't understand this situation, therefore aliens. I hate filling the blank. Why can't it just be a blank and we later fill it whenever we have more knowledge? I
Brother,
hate that shit so
we
fucking much.
just went over 2,000 years of history involving witchcraft. They went from blaming witches to blaming aliens. There's always something to blame.
But you can fill the blank with the witches. My religion, therefore witch. My people, therefore witch. But this, it's like, I can't understand blank, therefore aliens.
You're acting like
Jesus
scientific
fuck.
rationale isn't also its own version of religion right now. My religion,
It's pissing me off.
therefore aliens. Don't you get it? Don't you see the
It's,
connections?
guys, I think aliens
Maybe if
might
you
have
got a
created
little bit of
religion.
probing, then you would understand. Sounds like you need it.
But I poop from there.
Well, you're going to learn from there here soon, son.
Don't threaten me with a bad time.
All right. The significance of this case is that the. Oh, wait. We already went through that. Sorry. You got me laughing and I lost my place. Ugh. The Gormand dogfight. October 1st, 1948. Witness is U.S. Air Force pilot George Gormand. The incident happened over North Dakota. Wait. Gormand engaged in a dogfight with a fast-moving glowing object over North Dakota. The object outmaneuvered his aircraft before speeding away. He engaged in a dogfight? Does that mean this dude shot at something? Air Force explanation, possible balloon or misidentified celestial object. The Gormand
Celestial.
disagreed. Yeah, celestial, like, what does that even mean? Because oftentimes you hear celestial as like a synonym for divinity. So was this man like perhaps under the impression that he was fighting God up in the sky?
Positioned in or relating to the sky or outer space, as observed in astronomy, belonging relating to heaven, supremacy. I think
Supremacy.
it killed God.
No, I think he scared God. Jesus tried to come back and Gormand shot him away. And that's how.
First, I nail your God to a cross.
Yeah.
Then I shoot him when he tries to come back.
We don't deserve forgiveness. I'm sorry. All right, so after that, we have the Mantell UFO incident, which happened in January 7th, 1948. The witness is Captain Thomas Mantell, a Kentucky Air Force National Guard pilot, and the incident is Mantell chased a large, bright UFO at high altitude but crashed and died. Oh.
Oh no.
Well, that took a turn.
Anyways.
Official explanation is that a Skyhook balloon, a classified U.S. Navy project. Okay, so the explanation is that he was chasing after a Skyhook balloon, but some believe it was something unknown. Well, we'll never know because he's fucking dead. Like, how high did that balloon go? Jesus Christ.
Well, apparently he grew wings to fucking chase it.
Yeah, God got another angle that day.
You gotta watch your corners, man. Watch your fucking corners.
That was so dumb.
He's not done. He's not done. He's not fucking around this time.
He's not wrong. He's dead wrong. The estimate of the situation and the controversies. In mid-1948, Project Sign Analysis compiled a classified report called The Estimate of the Situation. The conclusion suggested that UFOs might be extraterrestrial, of course, and the rejection by Air Force leadership. General Hoyt Vandenberg, Air Force Chief of Staff, dismissed the report, arguing that the evidence was insufficient. He allegedly ordered the report to be destroyed, though rumors of its existence persisted. Transitioning to Project Grudge at the end of 1948. By Late 1948, military leadership became skeptical of UFO reports and wanted to downplay the subject. Project Sign was shut down in December 1948 and replaced by Project Grudge in 1949, so that happened immediately, which took more debunking-oriented approach. Legacy of Project Sign. First serious military UFO study, paved the way for Project Blue Book in 1952, and introduced the extraterrestrial hypothesis into official discussions. Project Sign is the reason why we just recently had a fucking congressional hearing on whether or not aliens are real, where they brought out that little... Never mind. I gotta let it go.
Bro, the what?
Because I'm
I
gonna
know what
get
you're
so
talking about.
goddamn mad. They brought out this little, like, paper mache thing and said that it was proof of extraterrestrials, and, like, the whole government got uppity about it for all of, like, 5 minutes, and then they dropped the subject and nobody talks about it anymore. But this happened, like, very recently in Congress. In fact, you can go on YouTube right now and watch the congressional hearing about it, and it just blows my mind and upsets me deeply. I wish people weren't so goddamn dumb. I thought we agreed that nobody could fly in 900 AD. What happened to that? What happened to that glimmering, shining moment of, like, sensible discussion?
Truth is out there. Experts testify at UFO congressional hearing. Oh my
The
god,
truth
you are
is out
fucking with
there
me.
makes me want to put my forehead into people's faces every time I hear it. It makes me
I want to
violently angry.
believe.
Ugh. Okay. The Mantell UFO incident, January 7th, 1948. Wait, can we just go over this? We did go over. Okay.
Someone out there is salivating at the thought of finding the first one to find an alien and fucking it, and I'm gonna be that man.
Is that how you get a Medal of Honor in the Space Force?
Oh boy, I'm gonna work hard for that.
Somebody's going to be the first, and I just hope to God he doesn't get it posthumously. I want to shake hands and buy that man a beer.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Bro, we already did a meetup and you didn't let me buy you a beer. What the fuck are you talking about?
So there's next time.
You wouldn't even drink with me. All right, whatever. I'm buying you a beer this
I
October
drink
then. In fact, I'm just
I
going to
drink a
buy
shot
it,
with
and
you.
if you tell me no, I'm throwing it at your head.
All right. I drink a small shot with you.
Oh,
I mean,
shot.
by me.
Peer pressure through maximum violence. Okay, moving on, we have the Aztec UFO incident in March 25th, 1948, before we get to the 49, where things get grudgy. Date and location. March 25th, 1948, near Aztec, New Mexico. New Mexico seems to be a hot zone for these things, not quite sure why. In the Hart Canyon area. Main witnesses, alleged, are Silas Newton, oil man, promoter of the story, and Leo Jabbar, whatever. His name sucks. I don't care. Scientist involved in the claims, and an unnamed military personnel, because he must have been embarrassed by how much these clowns tried to convince people that aliens were real.
They still are.
Came for the clowns, stayed for the circus. The story is that a large metallic disc-shaped UFO reportedly crashed in the desert near Aztec, and the craft measured about 100 feet in diameter and was intact with only minor damage. Inside the craft, several dead extraterrestrial beings, described as humanoid, about 3 to 4 feet tall, were discovered. Brother, this is the origin of the Ayla mouse.
Did you say Aztec?
Yeah, Aztec, New Mexico.
Like the temples and shit?
No, in New Mexico.
Dude, the Aztecs were Native Americans, so okay.
Are you
God,
serious
I'm
right
retarded.
now? Are you under the impression that nobody is allowed to name anything based off of the names of other things? Do you not even realize that New York is based off of the name of a place called York?
Bro, you're blowing my mind right now. Yeah, I knew that.
Stop it. Stop it. This story is dumb enough. I don't need you helping it. I'm just start bringing my own tin hat just so I can fucking block out some of the intellectual damage.
I am. I'm teaming up. I'm teaming up with the other side, with the aliens.
I hear that you're trying, but I feel like the only thing you're trying is my fucking patience.
I think you'll be fine.
I'd like to go back to not thinking. I think that would make me fine. Okay. U.S. military allegedly recovered the craft and bodies, transporting them to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for study. Origins of the story: Frank Scully and Behind the Flying Saucers, 1950. Journalist Frank Scully first popularized the Aztec crash in his 1950 book, Behind the Flying Saucers. He based the story on Silas Newton and Leo dude whose last name doesn't matter, who claimed to have insider knowledge of UFO recoveries. Scully suggested the U.S. government was secretly studying recovered alien technology. I wonder, Google this for me real quick. I want to know if Frank Scully is the reason why they named that dude in X-Files Scully. Or was it the girl? I don't know. I didn't watch X-Files. The show sucked.
Scully's the woman.
You would know
Kramer,
that.
I think, is the other one. Yeah.
Okay,
I
just
loved X-Files as a kid.
look that up. I want to know if Frank Scully is the reason why her name is Scully.
American journalist, author, humorist, and a regular columnist for the entertainment trade. Frank Scully. Scully Frank. I'm going to assume yes. Like, why else would they call her Scully? And now it makes me wonder if Kramer is named after anyone. Also related to, like, aliens and shit.
You know what? That's actually a good point. We'll see if there's anybody named Kramer who pops up while we're continuing, because we still got 10 more pages worth of notes to get through. Okay, so
Mulder. His name is Mulder. Fox Mulder.
Fox Mulder? Oh, that's the character's name?
Yeah, Fox Mulder and Dennis Scully.
Okay. So, the Skeptics case. A hoax? FBI investigation in 1952. Newton and man whose last name doesn't matter because I can't pronounce it were later exposed as con artists, arrested for fraud, and convicted in 1952 for scamming investors with false claims about alien technology. God damn, dude.
It's just
damn
trying to shut the man down. It's all an inside job by the aliens working together with the government.
The FBI and Air Force dismissed the Aztec UFO case as a hoax. Jesus Christ, they came down hard. Oh man, it doesn't say it here. I wonder how long they went to prison. Arrested for fraud. It's the FBI, so that's straight, like, that's feds. That's not, they didn't do no local time. Woo! Oh boy. You know what? I honestly, we should probably delete this VOD immediately after we're done, because there might be people who start thinking that aliens are real because of us, and I'm now terrified.
But I'm telling everyone aliens are fucking bullshit.
Aliens aren't real, guys. Aliens are not real. Aliens are not real. Aliens are not real.
Aliens are not real. FBI, aliens are not real. I understand that it was just a blank being filled for the people who didn't understand.
The smoke
And
screen.
instead of waiting to understand, they literally just filled it with amounts.
And everybody who doesn't want to go to prison fucking knows it.
Actually,
Oh
it's
boy.
entirely real.
Oh, brother. I will find a new co-host tomorrow. Okay?
You're
You
gonna
better
have to,
chill
'cause
the fuck out. If they come knocking on my door, I'm going to tell them it was you, and I'm going to play them the recording. I got no loyalty.
This is a pre-recorded voice by the uploader. There is no co-host. There is only one person managing this stream.
It was actually an AI that I misprogrammed. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to.
Beep boop. Aliens are real. Not.
Lack of evidence. Unlike the Roswell incident in 1947, there were no government documents, military witnesses, or physical evidence to support the Aztec crash. So far as we know, none of this actually happened, and they were actually just straight-up con men. Oh, okay, so maybe that's why old boy who was never named from the military, unnamed military personnel #1, didn't want to be named. It's all coming together.
It's almost like telling lies about the government and defrauding people gets you in a little bit of trouble.
It's a vicious cycle. We're starting to come back to it. Theories and continued interest. Government cover-up theory. Some UFO researchers believe the hoax claims were disinformation to discredit real events, and allegedly the military suppressed evidence of the craft's recovery. Confusion with Project Mogul or secret aircraft. Some suggest that the crash was a military experiment, possibly related to Project Mogul or V-2 rocket tests. But the V-2 rockets were Nazi rockets. Oh, post-paperclip. Okay. Revival by UFO researchers in the 1980s to present. I hate when it says present because that makes me start getting upset. Every time I see the word present in one of these stupid history dives, my blood pressure starts to rise. I'm pretty sure somebody at one point, if we ever get a viewership and we get a dumb enough story, I'm pretty sure they're going to listen to me have a stroke live on air. That's unfortunate for me, but probably fortunate for them. If it does happen, I want you to download the VOD and put it on YouTube, all right? Promise?
I promise.
Bet.
Maybe like present is like, are you surprised? It's a present.
They call it the present because today is a gift of fucking idiots who still believe in dumb shit from the past.
Surprise, you're a fucking idiot. Happy birthday.
Survey says. Revival by UFO researchers. Despite skepticism, researchers like Scott Ramsey have argued that witness testimonies and leaked documents suggest something happened near Aztec. His 2012 book, The Aztec UFO Incidents, reignited debate over nothing, over some con men. Maybe we should go back to burning books.
You ever wonder why they gave him a glowing finger? Like, there's so much emphasis on his glowing finger.
Because that's the one he puts inside of you.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, how else is it going to see your insides?
You ever
gotta glow the way.
You ever put a flashlight to an egg? E.T. was all about it.
You ever put a flashlight to your balls and you see all the veins? Basically the same thing.
I've never done it, but I can 100% believe that you have.
Yeah? How are you going to know your insides until you see your insides?
I was just trying to see my future children.
Noah's trying to blind them.
I don't think that's what they meant when they said illuminate the young.
They may start out running, but they're not going to start out seeing.
Conflict breeds character. These boys are playing on hard mode. I'm raising heroes.
They're going to fight harder than others. They'll be strong, but also weak because they can't see. It's fine. They can read Braille.
Producing the next generation of daredevils. All their other senses will be heightened. Oh, that made my face hurt. Shut up. Legacy of the Aztec UFO incident. One of the earliest UFO crash retrieval stories inspired later conspiracy theories about alien technology, such as Area 51 and Majestic 12. Never heard of Majestic 12 before. I think that'll be something we'll get into after Area 51 tomorrow for sure. Frequently compared to Roswell, though far less credible. Con men probably do that. And still debated by UFO researchers and skeptics today. Oh, synonym for present, and now I'm upset again. Well, it's crazy how that just happens.
Dude's stealing my joke. Crazy that just happened.
Okay. Moving on from Project Blue Book to Project Grudge, which is an appropriate name after they started getting to a point where they were like, all right, we spent all that time trying to figure out whether or not these aliens are real. Fuck them. Now we're going to prove to you that they aren't. So Project Grudge, excellent name. Good job, government. Appreciate that. The Air Force's skeptical UFO investigation. Project Grudge was created after Project Sign, not Blue Book. Blue Book's the third one. Project Sign was the first one. My bad. Concluded with a secret report estimate of the situation that suggested some UFOs could be extraterrestrial. The Air Force Chief of Staff General Hoyt Vandenberg rejected this idea, stating the evidence was weak. In December of 1948, Project Sign was shut down and replaced by Project Grudge in early 1949, with a strong anti-UFO bias. God bless. Sounds like this absolute Chad hero, General Hoyt Vandenberg, came in and was like, all of you are fucking morons, and I'm going to show you. He literally pulled a Rick. He was like, you're all idiots, and I'll show it to you mathematically. And then he pulled out a whiteboard, and he was like, give me a little bit of government funding, because we're about to do this for a while.
Why would they try so hard to disprove us? Why would they try so hard to disprove us? Disprove us, bro. What are fucking words? Disprove us if aliens aren't real. Man, I fucked that up real bad.
I hate you for even mildly suggesting that they are real, and also lumping us with them, because I want a firm differentiation between us and them in this conversation. I am not with them. FBI, thank you. Not them. I'm part of us.
I meant him like doing this whiteboard thing. Why would he try so hard to disprove aliens if they weren't real?
Because they aren't real. Because he's the only person so far in this entire story that's got 3 goddamn brain cells to rub together.
I want to believe. You've made me a believer with all this not evidence.
Oh, I can feel my pulse in my temples. Stop talking to me.
You know when you deny something so vehemently, so many times, over and over, a little bit of that's going to be truth at some point.
This was in 1949, so I'm certain by now General Hoyt is dead. And I'm going to intentionally go out of my way to take a road trip to this man's grave so I can put some flowers there and pay my respects. Because thus far, this is the only character in our story that I actually have respect for. The goals of Project Grudge were to debunk UFO sightings and reduce public concerns, explain reports as misidentified natural phenomenon, hoaxes, and psychological effects, counteract growing UFO hysteria in both the media and the public. Notable cases investigated by Project Grudge include the Chile's Witted UFO sighting. We went over that one earlier, where 2 commercial pilots saw glowing cigar-shaped UFO pass their plane. Project Sign initially suggested it could be an extraterrestrial craft. The actual intelligent people in Project Grudge dismissed it as a meteor despite contradictions in witness testimony, because those witnesses are fucking idiots. The Gorman dogfight in October 1st, 1948, U.S. Air Force pilot George Gorman engaged. We went over that. Project Sign took it seriously, but Grudge later dismissed it as a balloon or optical illusion instead of being geese or a fucking jet. At least a balloon makes a little bit more sense. Dude, the people in Project Sign were fucking on one.
Metallic birds.
Metallic birds. It was obviously the majestic geese. The majestic geese of the celestial sky people.
Bro, that was fucking poetic. The majestic geese of the celestial sky people. Bro, you spit words right now.
They're not words I'm proud of, I assure you.
God, I'm so sweaty now. Roll this stuff. It's too fucking hot in here. It's too fucking cold.
The 1949 death of scientist Robert Sarbacher. Sarbacher was an expert rumored to have been involved in UFO crash retrieval research. His death, along with other scientists associated with UFO studies, fueled speculation in a government cover-up. Well, how close did they die together? And what caused it, actually? Now, oh boy. Do you think it was one of those, it's crazy how he managed to shoot himself in the head twice? From the back.
Got
that was
suicided.
woo, wild.
He got the suicide special.
Can you believe that not only did he manage to reach the gun all the way back behind his head, but he also pulled the trigger 2 times?
Then he stabbed himself 37 times and threw himself off a building? Holy shit.
He might
It's
have
weird how that just
accidentally
happens
fallen.
sometimes.
Yeah, he's
Shit.
Why does this keep accidentally happening sometimes? The 1949 Project Grudge report downplaying UFOs. By August 1949, Project Grudge issued its final report. Its main conclusions are there's no evidence of extraterrestrial spacecraft, and most sightings were misidentifications such as stars, weather balloons, psychological effects. UFO reports were not a threat to national security. The report was heavily criticized for bias and dismissing credible sightings. Sounds like the report was actually criticized for being intelligent and not buying into the bullshit. God bless.
Guys, aliens don't want to fucking kill you. They're not real. Oh, why would he say something so weird?
He does not believe.
The aliens do want to kill us.
Believe.
Fucking tinfoil hat day, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this hurts. It hurts my mind.
Hurts my fucking soul.
Hurts my soul too. I wonder how much of our tax money went into this. Like overall, we're still in the 40s, dude.
Probably
we have several
billion.
decades more of history to go through. Like we're almost an hour into the stream and we haven't left the 40s.
Are we even gonna hit Area 51 in the second stream, or is this like a 3-parter?
I want it to be a 2-parter. I keep going into these knowing that we're gonna have laughs and have fun, but by the end of each one of these learning sessions, I just feel upset and I'm ready for the meteor. I'm tired of learning. I don't want to do it anymore. It's just making me come to bad conclusions. I think I'm slowly blackpilling myself.
It's knowledge you had vaguely before the streams, but now you have it word for word, and you just want to die.
Yeah. I wish bro. I wish that would just accidentally happen to me, and my suffering.
Maybe I will show up at your door with a gun.
Maybe I should become a believer so the FBI will actually do it.
I dare them. I'll fuck all their aliens.
Wait, no, please don't say that. He meant in Minecraft.
Yeah, I meant in Minecraft, obviously.
We don't dare the Bureau to do anything.
My server is aliens are maybe, potentially, most likely, but most certainly not real. Minecraft.com.
Minecraft.com, yeah. So, the end of Project Grudge and the tradition of Project Blue Book in 1952. Oh my god, we finally left the 40s. God bless. Project Grudge was officially shut down in December of 1949. However, investigations continued unofficially until March 1952 when Project Blue Book replaced it. Under Project Blue Book, the Air Force took a more systematic approach to UFO cases because apparently all the people with any fucking sense had retired by then. I hate it. I hate it so much. For a moment there, I had a little bit of hope that maybe, like, we were going to come to a place where actual reason could be used here. No, God forbid. Not in my government. Not in the United States of America.
Maybe the Mexican government will be better for this.
I'm immigrating.
Bro, that'd be so much worse with aliens. They only brought a guy on the national television holding up like a paper doll and a fucking alien. Like, yeah, aliens are real. I mean, sure, like the past 3 million times, this same person has said the aliens aren't real. This time he's got it for sure. This man can only be wrong so many times until he gets it right, right?
Right. All right. Cold War context and why UFOs became a national security issue. We're moving into the 1950s and the 1960s. The Cold War began immediately after World War II, coinciding with the dramatic rise in UFO sightings worldwide. Roswell incidents in 1947 fueled public belief in government cover-ups and extraterrestrial technology. U.S. government feared that UFO sites might be Soviet aircraft or weapons designed for spying or attacks. Didn't we just do this with a balloon from China? Holy shit, it really is an endless waltz, and we are actually destined to repeat it. Dude, anime taught me something that I hate now.
Believe it.
I don't want to believe it. I'll do you a solid. Let's split the difference. I'll believe in the you that believes in the it.
Okay, it's good enough for me.
Ugh. Two UFOs. UFOs as a Cold War disinformation tool. The U.S. government's use of UFOs for secrecy. Many UFOs sightings were actually classified aircraft, such as the U-2 spy plane in 1955, the SR-71 Blackbird in 1964, and stealth aircraft projects in the 1980s. The Air Force allowed UFO stories to spread to divert attention from secret military programs. I knew it! Bro, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I told you. I told you at the beginning. This was all a smokescreen. It is literally controlled opposition. What's that one dude's name? Never mind. We'll get to him tomorrow because he has a lot to do with Area 51. But I'm firmly convinced that this is all controlled opposition.
It's all a psyop.
It's all a psyop.
Fucking,
And a
they
whole
show
lot of
some real,
idiots
like,
have bought
shit
into
tweets,
it.
like the Blackbird. Yeah. We'll show you a few of the things we have, and then you can say alien, and then the Russians won't believe you because you sound like a fucking psychopath. Hell yeah.
God bless. Soviet UFO manipulation. The KGB and Soviet military also encouraged UFO conspiracies to confuse Western intelligence. Bet. Thank you, God. Thank you. It's finally getting to rational thought. Some claims suggest that Soviets faked UFO incidences to see how the U.S. would react. Makes sense. Psychological warfare aspects. Some believe that the U.S. and USSR tested psychological warfare tactics by spreading alien conspiracy theories to influence public perception and distract from real geopolitical threats. That totally makes sense because there was at one point in time a operation where we went down to a foreign government and we spread stories about vampires so that we could use it as a weapon to harm them. So I full buy into that.
Turns out the aliens were vampires the whole time.
The aliens and the vampires are one and the same. Turns out it's all just a bunch of glowies trying to tell us how to think. Space race, NASA, and alleged alien encounters. The Soviet Union's UFO research. The Soviet military reportedly investigated numerous UFO sightings. Some believe the USSR and US secretly collaborated on extraterrestrial studies to prepare for space travel. NASA and the Brookings Report in 1960. A NASA commissioned study, Brookings Report, suggested that revealing alien life would cause global societal collapse. Some believe NASA suppresses evidence of alien encounters to maintain global stability. Astronaut UFO sightings. Several NASA astronauts, including Buzz Aldrin and Gordon Cooper, claim to have seen UFOs. Aldrin allegedly saw a mysterious object following Apollo 11, but NASA dismissed it as a misidentified reflection. Well, right up until I just learned that about him, man was one of my heroes. Fuck me, I guess.
Heroes fall.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. UFO incidences that fueled the Cold War conspiracies. Washington, D.C. UFO incident in 1952. Multiple UFOs appeared over Washington, D.C., tracked by radar and seen by pilots. The Air Force scrambled jets, but the objects outmaneuvered them. Project Blue Book dismissed it as temperature inversions, but many remain skeptical. God forbid they do it during the time of Project Grudge. That'd be nice. Maybe we'd have a little bit of information on it. The Kecksburg UFO crash in 1965. A bell-shaped object crashed in Pennsylvania, with military forces quickly securing the area. Some believe it was a Nazi-engineered UFO, Die Glock, or an alien spacecraft. Others suggest it was a Soviet space probe, possibly Cosmos 96. The Rendlesham Forest incident in 1980 in the UK. U.S. military personnel stationed in England encountered a triangular UFO. Witnesses claimed the craft left physical traces and emitted strange symbols. Some believe it was a secret military experiment, while others insist it was an extraterrestrial craft.
Triangles.
When does it get better? mean,
It never does. But they
when
did make a
does
movie
it
based on this.
stop hurting? I'm pretty sure they made a game about it too.
Bro, the movie Kung Pao at the end where they have like the flying pyramids, it all makes sense now. It was based off this story with the fucking triangles. Oh,
I
oh.
prefer to believe that this is where Destroy All Humans lore comes from.
Godzilla?
No, Destroy All Humans, the game. The one where you play
Oh,
as a little gray guy
also
who
good.
like abducts and probes people.
Are there triangle vehicles in that? I didn't play that.
No, but he did go to the UK, so close enough for me. None of the rest of this shit makes sense, so I don't see why I should be held to a different standard. Cold War ends, but UFO secrecy remains, 1991 to present. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, some declassified documents revealed UFO studies by both US and USSR. However, many believe key files remain hidden to this day. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. U.S. military UFO admissions in the 2020s. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'd love to see it. The Pentagon declassified UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, videos in 2020.
God, UAPs, not using that.
Admitting that some objects remain unexplained. Some believe these UFOs could be advanced Russian or Chinese aircraft, reigniting Cold War-style secrecy. Bro. Never mind. I'm going to let it go. Let it go. Don't be angry.
I like that they went from UFOs to UAPs, but then the UAP is becoming the old UFO, and it's like, oh, if they said that word, that means it means aliens. Just like, no, motherfucker, it means unidentified flying object. We literally don't know. Stop filling the blank with whatever bullshit you have. It's not a Lamause.
That's all we ever do is fill in the blank. It's either demons or it's a Lamause, okay? There's no in between.
You don't need to fill the blank. That's what they don't understand. You don't need to fill the blank. You can leave it empty and then fill it later when you know more. But like, no. Must know now.
Sufficiently advanced science is literally always a Lamause.
Damn
it. Was the Cold War UFO cover-up a disinformation campaign? Almost certainly. Come on now. Why are we even asking this question? This is supposed to be a Oh, I want to go home. Skeptics believe the entire Cold War UFO phenomenon was a deliberate deception to hide secret weapons programs, which obviously proves true based off of the different ones that we've already gone through. UFO researchers argue that the truth about extraterrestrial contact remains classified. There's no fucking aliens. There's no fucking aliens. There's no fucking aliens. Project Blue Book, 1952 to 1969. The U.S. Air Force's UFO investigation. Project Blue Book was the United States Air Force's longest-running and most well-known official UFO investigation, operating from 1952 to 1969. It was the third and final governmental project dedicated to studying UFOs after Project Sign and Project Grudge. The goals were to determine if UFOs were a threat to national security, scientifically analyze UFO sightings to determine their origin, and reassure the public and prevent mass hysteria. Nothing has ever been successful at preventing mass hysteria. Tweets cause mass hysteria nowadays. So I'd like to absolutely say that they failed. Good job, guys.
We used to give people who suffer from hysteria dildos. Maybe we should start doing that again and beat them with them.
We used to take people who suffered from hysteria and tie them up to sticks and fucking burn them. Our delve into the witch stuff is so recent that I think a lot of the memes are going to fall back to that for a while.
Well, that's fine. We'll always return to monkey. The monkey pit.
I want to return to monkey. Bro. We said it in the first episode. I'm going to say it again in the fourth. Uncle Teddy K was right, dude. Technology was a mistake. He might have gone about it the wrong way, but I don't think we should discredit his message.
We like to say that they were stupider back then, but we still referred to the blank as aliens every fucking time.
Maybe they're just actually intergalactic demons. Do you ever think of that? Maybe the Lamaux are actually the devil?
What if the demons are aliens? I mean, they're not of this plane, right? Therefore, aliens. Bro, they're getting isekai.
Don't start. Do not. I'm already irritated. Don't fucking start with the isekai shit.
God damn!
I swear to God, dude, I will end this stream before we're done. We
Alright.
have 4 pages. Just shut up for 4
Rumor
pages.
done. Alright. I'm
Origins in
done.
early years, 1952 to 1953. I'm going to try and read this like quick, fast, and in a hurry because I do not want to give you an opportunity for that. This... I hate you so much. I hope you did.
I have a cough drop in my mouth and my jaw. Just, I can't.
Breathing. Breathing, wizard. Breathing.
Alright, we good. I think we're good. Sorry, carry on.
After World War II, UFO sightings in the U.S. dramatically increased. The Cold War heightened fears that UFOs could be Soviet secret weapons. Washington, D.C. UFO incident in 1952 led to the intense government pressure to investigate UFOs. Project Blue Book begins in March of 1952. The U.S. Air Force officially launched Project Blue Book under the direction of Captain Edward J. Ruppelt, headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Washington, D.C. UFO incident in 1952. We already went over that. The Robertson Panel and UFO suppression in 1953. A CIA-led investigation. The CIA convened the Robertson Panel in January 1953, consisting of top scientists. The panel reviewed Project Blue Book's findings and concluded no evidence of extraterrestrial origins. UFOs pose no direct national security threat, and public interest in UFOs should be discouraged to avoid mass panic. Mars attacks came out after 53, so they failed. Recommendations. The panel suggested debunking UFO reports through media and science education. UFO organizations and researchers should be monitored. Blue Book shifted towards debunking rather than serious investigation. God bless. They had an actual moment of fucking mental clarity for a minute there. After the Robertson Panel, Project Blue Book's mission changed from scientific inquiry to discrediting UFO reports, as it should have been from the beginning. Leadership changes and skepticism. Edward Ruppelt left in 1953, and later leaders were more dismissive of UFO sightings. Many investigators focused on finding mundane explanations rather than exploring unknown phenomena. Notable cases investigated by Blue Book. The Levelland UFO incident in 1957. Multiple witnesses saw a glowing egg-shaped craft that disabled car engines in Texas. Blue Book dismissed it as ball lightning, despite reports of structured object. The Lakenheath Bent Waters UFO incident in 1956. A USA Air Force radar station in England tracked a fast-moving UFO. Military fighter jets pursued the object, but it outmaneuvered them. Blue Book downplayed the case, calling it a radar glitch. The Westfall UFO incident in 1966 in Australia. Hundreds of students and teachers saw a saucer-shaped craft land near a school. The military allegedly covered up the event. Project Blue Book did not investigate it thoroughly. Oh god, there are actually literally talking about interdimensional sex predators. How have we come back to... I'm going to tell my dad about this.
Did you ever hear about the World of the Worlds like broadcast a long time ago?
The radio broadcast? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The Condon Report and Project Blue Book's closure, 1966 to 1969. Congressional pressure and the Condon Committee in 1966 to 68. Growing public demand for UFO transparency led to a congressional investigation in 1966. The Air Force commissioned the University of Colorado to conduct an independent UFO study. Physicist Edward Condon led the study, and its final report concluded UFOs had no scientific significance, and further study was unnecessary. At least I'm going to visit and pay respect to his grave as well. Sorry, hiccup. The end of Project Blue Book in 1969. The Air Force used the Condon Report to justify shutting down Blue Book. On December 17th, 1969, Project Blue Book officially ended. Final statistics: total cases 12,618, unexplained cases 701, which is a total of 5.5%. Conclusion: no evidence of aliens or national security threats. All right, final page. Post Blue Book conspiracies. Was Blue Book a cover up? Critics argue that Project Blue Book was never meant to find the truth, but rather to debunk and suppress UFO evidence. Many high profile sightings were ignored, downplayed, or classified. Secret UFO investigations continued after Blue Book ended. The U.S. government continued investigating UFOs in secret. The Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP 2007 to 2012, fuck them for doing that so late in the timeline, studied UFO encounters. Pentagon admitted in 2020 that UFOs were real but still unexplained. It's unidentified flying object. Anything that you aren't sure what it is an unidentified flying object. So, of course, they're real. The Pentagon has openly admitted in the year of our Lord 2020 that not knowing what something is in the sky is real. Super cool. God, Willikers, I'm so glad they did that.
Yeah, aliens.
Yeah, Ayla Mouse.
That's what that fucking mind goes to. Yeah, see, he said there was an unidentified object. Aliens, see, he just said it. That's not what that word means.
Conclusion: what did Project Blue Book really prove? The official stance is that UFOs are not extraterrestrial and pose no national security threat. Skeptics argue that it was a deliberate cover-up to suppress evidence of alien contact, and the 701 unanswered cases continue to fuel UFO conspiracy theories. Because they have to fill in the blank. Because God forbid if they just lived their lives doing things that mattered. Do you
That's
think
the
we're
world
ever
they
going to
didn't have
evolve beyond being mud people?
Never.
I hate that for us.
The conspiracy theories will always survive. And as we create more new shiny flyy vehicles, the more alien mouse shit's gonna come out. And even though we have HD cameras that record in 8K, they're still gonna be blurry as fuck that you won't be able to tell shit in.
Ugh. Dude, tomorrow is going to be probably just as much of a... At least we have, the Naruto running Area 51 invasion to look forward to tomorrow, because today was just a lot.
Gotta
It
get
was
away
an
from the Area
awful
51
lot.
stream.
An awful lot that I didn't want to learn. All right, well, that's today's episode. Part 1 of Aliens done. Are you excited about tomorrow, big dog?
Oh, I'm extremely excited. Finally, I can learn more about the Area 51 raid by the Weebs. It's fucking hilarious.
All right. I'm going to go get a drink and debate whether or not to use the escape portal on my desk.
Just slam it really hard until it goes off.
Dude, I think if I smash my head long enough, I'll be able to forget everything we just learned.
Wait, just drink copious amounts of alcohol.
Ugh, I don't keep any in my house. Actually, that's not true. I'm doing some vanilla extract right now, so I do have some alcohol laying around.
Surprised you'll try making your own wine. Seems pretty cool.
I don't like wine enough to make it. I mean, they said I could make... I asked the... Never mind, I can't say that, because that gives away too much information about where I live.
Alright. Are you done then?
Yeah, I'm done for the night, dude. My head hurts. I think... Are we going to end every one of these with me having a headache?
Yeah, every fucking time.
Oh, there.
Except tomorrow's. Tomorrow's is going to just be pure fun.
Why do I fucking do this to myself?
Because it's funny and fun.
I don't even think...
Until you get to the end.
Genuinely, I don't think we're ever actually going to get popular doing this, so I really don't know why the fuck I'm doing this to myself.
For the laughs, and you like to learn about history, even if it hurts a little or a lot. It's right in your wheelhouse.
My wheelhouse sucks. I'm done. I'm done. We're done. Good night, guys.
Night, night, night.